Ripple launches an XRPL AI Starter Kit for Agentic payment apps. Ripple has released an XRPL AI Starter Kit, a set of developer tools for building agentic payment apps that let AI agents move XRP and RLUSD on the XRP Ledger. Cointelegraph reported the launch on June 11, 2026, citing Ripple's announcement. The kit targets a specific gap: software agents that can hold value and settle payments without a human pressing a button at each step. The release lands during a broad market pullback. As of June 11, 2026, XRP traded at $1.10, down 3.5% on the day and roughly 9% over the week, with the wider market in extreme fear at a reading of 14. The starter kit is a developer story, not a price catalyst. So the token's move reflects macro conditions rather than the announcement itself. The pieces in the kit: an agentic payment app needs three things that ordinary apps do not: a way for an autonomous agent to authenticate, a way to authorize spending within limits, and a settlement rail fast and cheap enough to handle machine speed activity. The XRP Ledger handles the settlement part by design, with low fees and a few seconds to finality. Ripple's kit packages the surrounding scaffolding so developers do not assemble it from scratch. Two assets sit at the center. XRP is the ledger's native token, used for fees and as a bridge asset. RLUSD is Ripple's dollar stablecoin, which gives an agent a stable unit of account, so a payment authorized at $1 is still worth $1 when it settles. For anything resembling a real purchase, a stablecoin matters more than a volatile native token, which is why RLUSD is named alongside XRP rather than buried. Agents as account holders. The framing here is a shift in who initiates a transaction. A traditional checkout assumes a person taps a card or clicks Pay. An agentic flow assumes a piece of software does it, repeatedly, inside rules its owner set in advance. Top up a service when a balance runs low, pay a data provider per query, settle with another agent for a completed task. Each of those is a small payment, and small machine-driven payments are exactly where card networks struggle on cost. This is the same frontier card issuers are circling from the other direction. WireX joined Visa's Agentic Ready program in June 2026 to let AI agents trigger card payments, putting the network's rails behind the agent. Ripple's approach skips the card network and routes the value on-chain through the XRP Ledger. One path keeps Visa or MasterCard in the loop and the 0.5% to 0.9% network spread that comes with it. The other settles directly between wallets. Both are bets on the same future. They disagree on which rail wins it. RLUSD's spending footprint. RLUSD is not confined to back-end developer tools. Pay added RLUSD on the XRP Ledger for card spending in June 2026, meaning the same stablecoin an agent might settle in is already loadable onto a card a person swipes. That overlap is the part worth watching for anyone tracking stablecoin spending. If agentic apps standardize on RLUSD for autonomous payments and consumer cards accept it for manual ones, the asset gains utility on both ends of a transaction rather than just one. There is a counterweight. A starter kit is an invitation, not adoption. Plenty of payment SDKs ship to developer fanfare and never reach meaningful volume. The proof will be in deployed apps moving real value, and on June 11th there were none to point to yet. Treat the launch as Ripple lowering the cost of building, not evidence that builders have shown up. The wider race for the rail agentic payments has become a contested category because the prize is structural. Whoever owns the default rail for machine-to-machine settlement collects fees on a transaction type that barely existed 2 years ago. Visa and MasterCard are extending their networks toward it. Stablecoin issuers and chains like the XRP Ledger are arguing the rail should be on-chain and near-free. Ripple putting XRP and RLUSD at the heart of a developer kit is a claim on that standard, made with tooling instead of a press release. For now, the substance is modest and specific. Developers building agentic payment apps have an official XRPL native starting point that did not exist yesterday, and it points them at RLUSD as the settlement asset. The market reaction in XRP's price says nothing about the kit. The signal to watch is the first app built on it that moves money no human authorized in the moment.